keys. Now, which one you got?
Okay, the top one.
This one?
Yeah.
We caught some sort of a jackfish on the way over.
Now, who is that?
Bahamas. That was me when I was young, and my shorts were kind of torn.
Okay, so now we'll go down to the next one.
Now that is a bird lit out on the bowsprit, and I used about a thing of film trying to get closer to him to get a closer picture. Then I found out I could go right up to him; he wouldn't fly away.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the next one.
All right, this is
over right
here.
next to it. Yeah.
That's the cutter Duchess from Tampa, a 32-foot cutter built on Howard Avenue, out where Whaley's is now, by Ivan Hart, I believe, for Bobby Davis.
Okay. And then we're going to go down to the one on the bottom.
That's the Duchess under sail with her.
No, the one right here.
Right there. That's where we first landed at Hawksbill Creek. I went in and I asked him, what do you call these boats? And he said, it's a smock. A smock was a lady's dress. I found out they meant a smack, a fishing smack.
Okay, and the one next to it?
That's the Duchess underway with her double head rig.
Okay, now I'm going to stop and I'll go.
And that's the same boat, the Duchess. This is down in the Bahamas.
Is that you up there?
No, that's a girl that I had, Dot Brown, I think her name was.
No, right here. Is that you?
No, I don't think. No, that's me. So,
okay,
excuse
there
me.
you. Okay.
That's me.
And now
I'm
underneath
sorry.
that?
That's a corner of an island in the Bahamas, and just saw a squall coming up. I took a picture of it.
Okay.
And this is the crow's hole, where the crows would go in. The natives were afraid to go in there. They were very superstitious.
Okay, and then underneath that?
That's a double exposure of a boat in the harbor in Nassau. That's the water tower in Nassau. That's a light on top of the water tower. It's the first thing back then you would see. The word tall hotels weren't there.
Okay, and then the next, alongside of it?
That's the Queen's Staircase. That's still in Nassau, I'm sure. It's called the Queen's Staircase. And when I gate up, that lady that coming up there, she wanted me to pay her some money for taking her picture, but I did. It was kind of tough.
Okay, under that?
This is when there was sponging fleet out in the Bahamas. And 1930, that was 1938. In 1939, a blight hit the sponges in the Bahamas, and the same time hit the sponges off Tarpon Springs.
Okay, I'm going to go down.
And that's a little native boat along the with the stuff on it they would bring in from the out islands to Nassau.
All right.
And sail and pick up. And this is the in Nassau, it's kind of a sunrise. And below that is a sponge schooner. We were heading over to, after we left Nassau, we were going over to Andros Island, dead downwind.
Okay.
And here's how easy it was to get conchs down in the island. I believe that's probably at San Salvador.
Okay.
A big commercial schooner in the harbor of Nassau. Below that is Fiddler Mark Clark from Tampa and me, double exposure on a cannon on one of the forts. Below that is cannon, another picture of the cannon.
Okay, and then up to the other page.
Now that's Patricia Houston Wall's sloop from Tampa, with Houston Wall, his father Perry Wall, and Lewis McCormick from Tampa.
Okay.
That's the Duchess without just the forestaysail set, main, and that's another picture of the Patricia. They had 2 weeks vacation, 1 week to sail to Nassau, turn around, come back. Yeah, that's me at the wheel at the Duchess in the Bahamas, and that's a little native sloop at Dunmore Town. Not Dunmore Town, but Bennett's Harbor. And that's after you got up to the high of the cliff, you could see in the back, way in the distance, the ocean from Cat Island. Now the
Palm
up
tree.
at the palm tree, I went up to get a coconut, and I got one, and I brought it down, and then they wanted a shilling for me getting the coconut.
Okay,
And
next.
then below is that's the shoreline at San Salvador, where Columbus landed on the western shore,
Okay.
protected shore.
Next.
Both of those.
On the bottom, is that the same thing?
That's the shore of.
Go.
That yacht is at the time was one of the richest men in the world, Alex Wintergren. That's his big yacht. I think he was a Scandinavian person. And here's a little native catboat. They sail around. They didn't have outboard motors out there then.
And that was the gaff rig was sort of a standard thing, or
That's what they call a leg of mutton rig,
okay.
which is more or less Marconi, but loose-footed. Now below is at the market in Nassau. That's boats that would come in from the out islands and would trade. They bring stuff in, they get stuff and go back out. And that's several of the boats in the harbor market right along the waterfront in downtown Nassau.
And
That's me on a bicycle at a fort there. And at the right is a statue of Christopher Columbus at the government house. And
Yeah.
that's the Duchess underway later on in Tampa Bay, Hillsborough Bay.
whoa, what's that?
That's the same thing, the same boat, same time. This is later on.
Well, who's the pretty
That-
girl
that
up
was
on?
a girl. I think her name was Dot Brown.
Really cute. Okay, and then this one.
That is downtown Nassau. Right here in the foreground is where that was all conchs. Now they built it up now, and that is right to the left would be the bridge going over to, which was Hog Island, is now Paradise Island.
Okay.
And it's an old boat going aground out there. Conrad on the ways up the Miami River at Merrill Stevens Yard at 13th Avenue North. And then there's a couple of schooners below that. And that's where I tried to get a job on one of those schooners. And you can see
They're pretty.
the next one down. You can see the schooner and Joseph Conrad in the background on the railway.
What a pretty boat.
She's up at Mystic Shipyard in Connecticut.
Okay, I'm going to go to the second one over there. The Joseph Conrad.
Right, that's Joseph Conrad. Another view of it.
Okay, I'm gonna
Up
come
the
down.
river in Miami, and that's got the bow of it, and that's the two schooners. That's
Okay.
the Miami River. That's from the Platte Street Bridge in downtown Tampa. That's Mirabella's fish dock.
Isn't that crazy when they
Schooner.
close that?
Yeah, and right in the foreground in the top picture is the crapper. It went right in the river there.
Well.
They frowned on that today.
Okay, and the bottom
The
picture?
bottom is the schooner there at Mirabella's dock. That was taken from the Platte Street Bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Now this is when I didn't know better. I used to jump off the Triadic stay on a 60-foot schooner just for kicks. And I don't do that anymore.
Right.
That was in Nassau, and one time I jumped. When you just go to hit the water, you got to hold yourself stiff, and the water was so clear I couldn't see when it was hitting the water, and I had my feet. I twisted my ankles because it hit the water without tensing up. Schooner Pinta, 59-foot Alden schooner. It's out in the Bahamas, and that's a Great Isaac's Light.
Was that before you ran aground or after?
That was before, because on the way out, I was out there twice on that same boat.
Okay, and we'll go over to the other page.
There's a little little boats, cat boat and a little sloop that's built around. This one here is a number 12 fish class, 1934, I think. We put a little cabin on it, and we went over to Clearwater Cruise over there and raced in the West Coast Fleet Championship.
Is that it on the right next to it?
No, that's the only one of the fish classes.
What about the one on the right?
That's the Tampa Municipal Hospital in the background. It's right along the bay shore. It's this boat here. It was a little sloop. I don't even remember.
Okay, down in the corner.
That's got it.
No, right here.
Oh, this cat boat. I don't know. I think it's a moth class.
Okay, and then the one next to it.
Same. Up there. Over
Okay.
here.
Yeah.
That's a little sloop there. I can't remember what it was. Back in the 30s, that's me and my brother taking a fish class with the Shaw boys over to Clearwater to race in the Fleet Championship.
Okay, and then next to it,
And
to the side.
that's the same boat. That's in what is now Big Clearwater Pass. Used to be Little Clearwater Pass, wasn't any water in it.
Okay, we're going to go down to the left.
And that's over there.
Okay, I'm trying to find it.
That's me and Buddy Shaw cooking on the beach.
Okay,
That's where we
and
ate.
then the next one next to it.
That's the fish class, number 12 fish class.
Okay, now I'm going to just stop. Okay?
This is the Scal Villahar II. Todd Fisher, my brother, on the hiking board, is racing for the 16-foot championship.
Okay, and
Hillsborough Bay.
next to it.
Both of them the same boat.
Okay.
Coming in.
Okay.
On the top is my brother Ed, and on the left is me, and the right is Aaron Melton on Miami Beach.
Well, he looks like Charles Atlas.
Yeah, right.
And then
on-
right there,
on
the
right
two of you.
is my brother and I, about to fall apart there.
Well, you're pretty athletic.
Oh yeah, well that was some time ago. Me on the left, Aaron Melton in the middle, and my brother Ed on the right.
Okay.
This picture is Shell Island. They call it Shell Key now, down off Paso Grill. 4th of July mullet meal.
Okay, and the other picture
problem.
next to it?
And that's some guys, Wally Stovall on the left, a well-known sailor. On the far right is Johnny Schaub. And that's it. All these on Shell Island.
Okay,
4th
and then
of
I'm-
July, about 1936, I guess.
Over on the left, that's the same thing, Shell Island?
Yeah, all at Shell Island.
Okay.
And there, at the bottom, you see some of the boats. And the bottom, you see the crowd lined up for free mullet.
Well, I think you guys had all the fun.
Yeah, well, that's the schooner Pinta, Dr. Reiner in the foreground near the wheel, and there's Harry Burgess up forward.
Okay, and the one next to that?
That's some race off of St. Petersburg. We went over there.
Okay.
Creditor.
Okay.
All right, that's all of these are on the schooner Pinta, going over Wung out, going over to St. Petersburg to watch a regatta.
Next, on the side?
That's the owner, Austin Gilmore, and Harry Burgess sitting down.
Okay, now I'm going to go down to the bottom on the left.
Now that's from the triadic stay on the foremast, looking down, boat underway, and evidently we jibed over, and there's another one there. And then from up above, looking down forward at the foremast.
Okay, we're going to stop. Go.
Over at St. Petersburg for a regatta, we took the schooner over there. You can see the boats in the background, and
Okay, I'm going to go over to the next one.
that's you can see the old $1 Million Pier before they redid it.
Now, why'd they call that the $1 Million Pier? You
At
think
the
it cost
time
$1
it was
million
built-
to build?
At the time it was built, it was called cost $1 million. Now it costs $3 million to change it around a little
Okay,
bit.
that little one right there, the one on the left,
That's the bow of the schooner Pinta with the owner.
middle.
And that's on the schooner Pinta, Harry Burgess in the foreground reading a magazine, and then that's the bow of the Pinta.
That's
The